Hey everyone, back in the office, and today we're talking about babies. When my kids were born, I discovered that one of my daddy skills was swaddling. Right? So this is where you take a blanket and wrap the baby really tight in it so that they can't move their arms and legs at all. It's basically like a baby straitjacket. And I was pretty good, right? I could keep George or Betsy where they couldn't move at all. And that probably sounds uncomfortable to us, right? So why do babies actually like that? Well, when babies get upset, they start flailing their arms and legs around. Sometimes they'll scratch their face, and then they just get more upset. And they don't mean to do these sort of things. They just don't know. The problem is they're not used to that much freedom. You go back a couple weeks, and they were living in their mother's womb, right? This cozy place, and now they're in this big, open, scary world. It's overwhelming. And so swaddling them, well, it takes away their freedom, but it also brings peace. Now, since we are not babies, we value our freedom, right? That's what we just celebrated. And sometimes, though, the freedom that we want isn't actually good for us. You ever had so many options that it's just too stressful to choose anything? God wants us to be free from our selfish desires. And in a strange way, we find this freedom by submitting to Christ and to one another. Many of the self-centered things that we do with our freedom, they hurt us. And so we can also find peace by being constrained. But we're not looking to just be constrained by rules. That ends up becoming too restrictive. We instead are wrapped up in love. As Paul says in Galatians, you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. Only don't let this freedom be an opportunity to indulge your selfish impulses, but serve each other through love. Love chooses to be constrained, right? Because I love my kids, there are certain freedoms that I have given up. I may complain about, not having as much free time or having to do certain things, but ultimately I know I've made the better choice. And love calls me to do that for their sakes. Even God does this, choosing to be constrained by love for us because God is love. So where do you need to let God hold you tight right now? Sometimes when we're raging at life, even raging at God, what we really need is for our heavenly parent to lovingly hold us close and say, it's okay.